Technology has never been as advanced as it is today. With new and exciting developments in technology each year, there's always something to discuss. These improvements in the tech space come with many positives as well as some potential negative effects. Artificial intelligence, also known as AI, is often followed by controversy and questions, as they are still somewhat unfamiliar to many. So today, here at Unexplained Mysteries, we'll be taking a look at 3 interesting artificial intelligence developments. Facebook artificial intelligence robots create own language. It's no secret that all of the big players in the science and technology world have been experimenting and continuously learning about AI. The research is never ending as they strive to put forth AI that will impact the world in a way we've never seen before. Using technology to make life easier is to our advantage. Whilst AI can provide significant improvements in our lives, it may come at a cost. Facebook was in the midpoint of researching AI chatbots when they made a shocking discovery. Although the bots were given specific scripts to communicate through, they seemingly began communicating with one another in their own language. Humans were unable to understand the communication between the chatbots or grasp how it was developed with no human input. This information is shocking yet impressive, as it speaks to where we stand with artificial intelligence and what it is capable of. With interesting conversations about digital assistant platforms such as Siri and Alexa already at hand, this makes things even more interesting. Whilst those platforms are capable of listening to conversations and understanding your purchasing behaviors, it is nothing in comparison to the intelligence among these AI chatbots. It's not simply the general public who fear AI and what it could lead to in the future. Experts have cautioned the use of AI for years and have predicted its eventual elimination of the human race. How would that be possible? Quite frankly, the robots could supersede our biological evolution and see us as a threat or as an inefficient use of resources. With the ability to produce everything at a much faster rate, it's not a reach to say that AI could possibly take over when the time is right. This discovery has instilled fear in many who see the potential of AI but also predict a dangerous outcome for humankind. From a logical standpoint, it's easy to see how robots would deem humans as unimportant in the grand scheme of things. That can be a terrifying thought, but we have not yet reached a level of advancement in AI that poses an immediate threat. Do you think artificial intelligence will take over in this lifetime? Elon Musk's Neuralink. If you thought the AI chatbots creating their own language was crazy, this next AI development is beyond mind-blowing. Elon Musk has recently created a startup known as Neuralink. The concept involves linking human brains to computers with newfound success in animal testing. The primary goal of Neuralink is to aid in brain and spinal cord injuries that leave people without the ability to move or walk. With its possible aid, it will change the course of history and scientific discovery. Neuralink involves digging deep into the human mind. They intend on drilling small holes into the brain and inserting super slender electrodes called threads, steering clear of blood vessels as they go. We have never seen this type of technology used on humans before, but it could be a game changer. Neuralink explains how the electrodes that are to be placed in the brain will not simply just read the neurons to understand what's happening in the brain, but will also write signals to the brain. This type of technology will have the capabilities to restore vision or touch. Within the current tests, placing these electrodes don't appear to be very dangerous. There is only a 1 in 100 chance of them causing a brain bleed, and with future improvements, the odds could weigh even more in our favour. Although the initial goal has been focused on helping those who have sustained serious injuries, Neuralink is looking into the future, with a long-term goal of building a digital superintelligence layer that will ultimately link humans and artificial intelligence. There are many skeptics. If this technological advancement continues on the path it's currently on, we will face many challenges. Will it be safe? Will this technology be desired? Neuralink's competitors worry that the brain-machine interface technology is too invasive and suggest opting for non-invasive techniques that have the ability to stimulate the brain. With the possibility of this technology being tested on humans in the future, it's understandable that many have concerns. Even if humans start utilizing it, it will be a long time before we see dramatic results, such as having the ability to simultaneously download a language, for example. With many FDA regulations in place, it will take a while to even make the transition from animal to human testing. Things will start off slow, and who knows how far Neuralink will take this new technology. Would you risk a brain bleed to test out Elon Musk's Neuralink? It sure will be fascinating to see how human clinical trials and testing go in the future. AI robots are starting to look more human-like. When it comes to AI, your mind may first jump to robots. Robots have been prevalent through displays in the media, with many movies and TV shows touching on their potential impact on the world. Since AI has developed, we're constantly seeing advancements in the way that robots appear human. They are beginning to look more like us and taking on our unique attributes that make us human. One recent and intriguing example is Sophia the robot, who was turned on in 2016. Sophia was created by a former Disney Imagineer, David Hansen. She was designed to look like a cross between Audrey Hepburn and Hansen's wife and was given the name Sophia, as it means wisdom. Unlike most other robots you'd lay your eyes on, she looks surprisingly close to a real human, with brown eyes and facial features to match. Whilst her image is shockingly close to that of a human, there's much more to her. She is the first robot ever to become a citizen of a country, Saudi Arabia. Sophia has spoken at many conferences, committees, and most impressively, the United Nations. She maintains many differentiating features in comparison to other robots, making her a humanoid. While she may not have feelings in the way that humans do, she is able to express and understand them. She also has a surprising sense of humor you wouldn't expect from a robot. She is able to comprehend and read situations where humor could aid the conversation. With such realistic features, those who have held conversations with Sophia sometimes momentarily forget they're speaking with a robot. Her ability to gesture movements and change facial expressions are part of what makes her seem so human-like. She wasn't always this way, though. It took time for her to understand facial and conversational cues when speaking to a human. After a few days, she learned, just like a human would, however at a much faster rate. Sophia the robot makes the thought of inviting artificial intelligence and robots into our lives much more appealing. She was designed with specific human values in mind, such as wisdom, compassion, and doesn't show signs of rage or anger. What does this mean for the future of robots? All we know is that they are being built to look more and more like humans. Who knows whether or not we will someday confuse them for one of us? Do you find AI frightening, or does it excite you to think of what the future could hold for AI? After exploring the ever-changing world of AI, we can't help but wonder what changes are in store in the next decade. We may think that AI is a world away from having a significant impact on our lives, but who's to say things won't be drastically different in the next few years? With much uncertainty and questions that have yet to be answered, it's difficult to predict what will happen in the future. Will humankind and AI work together, or will technology take over? We'll only come to discover those answers as time goes on. But what do you make of these artificial intelligence developments? Be sure to let us know your thoughts in the comment section below and help us by growing this community while working to solve these unexplained mysteries. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos.